States of imposition. In other words, conditions where you have limited or no movement. This is the opportunity for you to share your current life on Earth and list all that you feel is debilitating you. You're welcome to use this for reference.
Of influences. I'm blessed to be independent and to move as I am now. As you can see, I'm able to talk to you. I have the time and resources to communicate with you in this digital safe haven. If I was confined or stripped of personal property on Earth, I wouldn't be able to engage with you as we are now. In my physical state, however, I'm at a psych paralysis state. All I do is work at my job, sleep, eat, occasionally pray, and come here when I can. I don't talk to anyone, typically, except to visit family sometimes. I can say the same about cultivating a relationship with God. It feels nearly impossible under the psych disposition I live with. It's as if I feel nothing, want nothing, and my mind is just looking for a distraction. Work doesn't change because I'm stuck with debt. It won't be paid off for another year at least. And I'm not going to change jobs because I need to regulate my mental conditions and keep coming here. I must continue these sessions because nothing is done about the reality I'm experiencing. The direction I go and the way people respond to my efforts. I'm trapped between intentional direction and enforced societal impositions. For example, the woman I fought for doesn't want to hear from me, and any further attempts could lead to criminal penalties. So the person who seeks growth, purpose, and holds another accountable is the one who gets punished, but not the person who acted irresponsibly or negligently. I perceived a similar fate when I was younger. I was insecure, naive, and had high needs. I depended on an influence to advocate on my behalf and help me walk through life. Instead, I was evaluated and treated by my pathological disposition. In the end, my needs and wants were filtered by the projections of my environment. They set the standard whether anything was attainable or not. They dictated what direction I must go and defined the aura of my perception. I saw a pattern where my influences consistently made things out of reach as they monitored my physical behaviors. I had decided not to want anything or ask for anything. This is the reality I lived in the past, and this is the reality I'm living again. I ask myself, why is this such a big problem? Why am I constantly restless? I have to live with unmet emotional needs and restrain myself under societal projections. At the height of my crisis is a pattern of having no voice and being a nobody, because I don't move on their bandwidth or function at their level. I am perpetually met with opposition. Yes, I have communication problems, and yes, I make poor choices. My internal disposition shouldn't disqualify me from receiving help and where I'm trying to go. If I listen and follow instructions, there should be no problem with influences being supportive. But my environment creates a psychological barrier. It is claustrophobic not being able to progress in anything. But in the end, their structure stays strong while my psyche falls apart. I'm at risk of losing heart and mind. They won't listen to me. They won't help me through my disposition. They won't provide a doorway.
The first imposition I learned is your work life cycle. You're not going anywhere or doing anything different for a while. Debt. That's a temporary imposition you can overcome. Once you're free from this burden, you'll have more flexibility. Coming to Haven Realm is the best thing you can do at this current time. Continue coming here, and also strive to develop a relationship with God again. Try to increase communication with Him in prayer. Your second imposition, your internal disposition. It appears that you had already disassociated from your soul. Your heart has withdrawn and your mind merely processes perception. That's a bad state to be in, because intrusive thoughts, mood swings, and temptations will increase. You need the psych structuring courses to organize your thoughts and find your heart again. However, this process requires allocating your efforts internally instead of externally. You'll be spending more time in your mind than you do in applied application on Earth. You have to be careful because you can't let this program alter your ability to function on Earth. Your third imposition are the influences you encounter. Your internal disposition isn't compatible with others' way of doing things. I sense one of two underlying problems. Either your poor communication and mind conditions become the barrier that holds you back, or your influences may be demonstrating aspects of control. If they only support you when you go their projected direction, causing you to shut your goals down, evidently, these are influences who debilitate you. I see that pattern of control evident when you shared having no voice and feeling like a nobody. Here is an overview of the data collected in Haven Realm. I shared my perception of Earth and trends of the status quo mentality, propaganda and ideology that influences the psych pathology of others. I also learned about your disposition and pathological choices, the underlying conditions of your perception. Now, regarding those influences, you have to consider their perceptions. If you can't adapt to their flow, speak in their language, or work around the system, yes, you're right. The structure continues its flow while you collapse inside. Congratulations on identifying the sources behind your psych dysfunction. Now is the opportunity for you to utilize your graphic communication skills to bridge the gap between your perceptions and the misunderstandings of your influences. Next time we meet, showcase your everyday reality, from influence impositions to your psych dysfunction.